Alright guys, might as well finish this off. You can also tell that I haven't really looked at the HUD for a lot of the decisions I've made. I'd also recommend checking out some of the recent booms for uh, this tournament. Obviously, there are certain ones that I don't boom that have to do with strategy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to do with like whether I lost the pot or not, or I won. It has to do with the strategy of it. Here, 15 big blinds, 9-5 suited. Oh, are we recording? Yeah, it's a fold in my opinion. I mean, we can pressure 9-7 suited at jam. Again, we gotta respect the deck. I'm not sure. Uh, we could limp with a wider range. So so I'm not gonna explain that right now. Why, like polar versus a mixed strategy, which basically means like at that stack, at this stack, that would mean like pre-flop. That would mean like opening, raising first in versus limping first in. Uh, just like they say with small blind, whether he's using a mixed strategy or whether he's just pure limping. So we could limp wider there, but I'm not sure. So, and in game, like uh like this tournament again has gotten to a point where there's no way I'm not gonna review it myself. So basically what it boils down to is oh well, 2.2. What it boils down to is like I will check it. I'm just not sure. Basically, as simple as it sounds. I'm just gonna slam this in. Like we're supposed to bet big here, and it was unfortunate that he had Jack King. Now betting big would have obviously had the same effect. He would have jammed, would have had to call. Don't think we should be checking there. The open was fine. Here versus a 15 big blind jam, king queen offsuit. Does it have 40%? So I mean that's basically a bit of a math problem. I'd call if the same stack jams from the big blind, or say even small blind, then like say this position or the button. This is also standard. We can't not call today. Also, I think, I mean, if there are some hands like that I really want to look at, I definitely would mark them. That one is probably not one that I want to look at. I think it was pretty like once we flop backdoor flush draw and open ender with like him having a 2x spot, like what are we gonna do? Here though, it's pretty close. Jack 7 to jamming. It's just way too much in the pot. Jack 8, Jack 9 suited, Jack 10. Jack 10 is probably the bottom of our range here. So I'm just using the fact that this is supposed to be dead money most of the times. Maybe he's slow playing something, but this might be our funeral, yo. Or you know, his that might have been a spew. And not too bad though. He's not supposed to have that hand. Like he's so capped there. I don't understand what he's doing. So like obviously you don't know the strategies of other people, so you have to constrain your strategy to do that. And we were at the bottom end of what we should be doing there with a suited Jack. I think Jack 8 wouldn't do that. Here there's just nothing that jams 40 big blinds. So basically we have to 3-bet get it in. I'm gonna bet slightly bigger. We're getting this in. Like, yeah, we're 2 of 12, but I mean, what else did we hope for? Gives us a chance to see the riv. And yeah, okay, we had the same hand. So I guess a barrel on the turn with like with so many outs might have done the job. Again, yes, I'm going to review this, but in case like I want to see a collection of hands. Even from yesterday, I haven't reviewed anything. Like, even though I did run a sim just last night with that 6-7 suited hand, the one I flopped the mortal nuts with. I just want to know whether we should barrel there. I think we should. I think it puts a lot of pressure on him. Like, what Queen X is floating there? On, you know, I guess Queen 10 suited might. We do block the hearts, but like Queen 10 offsuit even might float. They just don't believe, like, you know. They play the person too much. So yeah. But yeah, I'm 100% sure that Jack 7 there's supposed to be maybe even like Jack King Jack. He's supposed to be pretty much dead money there. And I was thinking even if he has 5s, we can run a flip. But even Jack 7, we did have a pretty decent amount of equity, like 30% or something. But a spew is a spew. I wish though if I had done something like that yesterday that I'd, you know, I'm thinking about the hand I busted on. Would have been cool to run good, because I just didn't like, I didn't bink any like hand that was, you know, something like that. Anyways, forget about that. Obviously, being on a poker table reminds you. But you're gonna be on a lot of poker tables. What I'm worried about is the fact that the battle royale starts at 7:30, and I hope this thing finishes before that. Um, we could 3-bet here if this guy wasn't this short. Maybe not with this hand with like 5-7 offsuit. No, that wouldn't be a spew. We would 3-bet because we have such a huge 3-bet calling range there. That like we have to offset it with some like value range, that we have to offset it with some uh, bluffs. And what sort of bluffs versus a wide range, you know? Obviously something like ace 5, ace 4 offsuit would definitely go in the 3-bet bin there, but also because of how wide people are generally from the button, like 5-7 offsuit would be serving the same purpose. But very careful with that, like just make sure that you don't have no. It's not like you see your database and you see none of that in your database. There should be like some very little frequency, 10% maybe, so very few times. And obviously I don't know whether it's the 9 big blind matters that as much. I think it does a little bit, but all right, we're on the final table. Almost wanted to open, but I think this guy is just gonna play like chip EV, which is he's gonna defend a lot, and it's okay, I guess, 900, but we're not the chip leader, and also it's the first hand. Like these things don't matter, but like we're talking about 6-3 offsuit, just so that we're clear. I would have opened this if it had folded to us. Obviously, our calling ranges are going to be very tight. Very, very tight. Some people were asking me about the big blind. It's just a software that converts your stack into big blinds. It's so I don't have the HUD every time, so it's kind of cool to just know exactly what sort of big blinds you are up against. But then I sometimes don't use it because it helps. Well, like online, it doesn't even matter because you kind of learn the blind levels, and it's easy. But some still it'll help for practicing, counting a stack in a live tournament. But it's pretty easy. Just count the big chips, and that would be a decent ballpark. What the fuck, man? We're obviously going to open this. We're gonna call him, and that should clear out a lot of players pretty quickly. If this guy jams, we fold. If this guy jams, we fold. If this guy jams, we fold. Dead on the turn is always nice. So there you go. You saw one somewhat of a spew, but like I was just looking at the amount of chips that were in our uh, stack versus what was out there with so much dead money, and just maybe I leveled myself and like condensed like and capped ranges and the final table nearing, I convinced myself that it would have enough fold equity. If we go back to that hand actually and look at before we shove, the pot's 8.1, that's, you know, less than 3 times what we have left, so that's a little less than 50%. It's actually 33% of our stack, right? This better be right. Um, 8 divided by 22. 36%, sorry. But wait, hold up. It was slightly different. Maybe I had it exactly right. . 22.9, 8.1. Yeah. Well, it's closer. It's 35%. I said 33. So that kind of quick math is also very important. Huh. Why are there 2 missing highlights there? Oh, it's for this. I thought it only appeared when someone busted. But it's just for these 4 seats, I guess. Some lighting effect, yo. I see the lights coming in here. I haven't looked at the lobby since. I haven't actually looked at up top. Wow, it's pretty decent. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. But I still want it to be over soon. Oh, mom. I gotta call my mom. I gotta call my mom. Be right back. I just gonna mute. Sorry about that. Oh shoot, one more sec. Before that, just wanted to make sure. Wanted to say that the king six before I forget. Offsuit hand. I stopped because of his position. Like if he had opened from a later position, I would have definitely uh, not definitely, but probably three betting. Okay. We're gonna flip. Just flop the. I was gonna say another eight won't be. No, no, another not another eight, but another 10, right? Yeah. Um. Anyways, seriously, I have to talk to someone. I might get a call uh, for a second, but if this guy hadn't called, I still probably would fold there, and I would probably call with something like king 8 offsuit or defend with like this hand from the big blind. Um, uh, he didn't open. 23 big blinds, and we're not shoving them. Please finish fast because I still need to eat food. Like, no, I did have some. Oh, jeez. Oh my god. One sec. I'll be just moving out away from my jack. Oh, poor Nico thought he's just waiting for food. Thought I was going there. No more make a deal, huh? Why is that? Oh, okay, sorry, my bad. Ah, now I remember. There was 6 max table or some 8 max or something that was playing that had one of my hard layouts like here, and I was like, man, it was showing me like what the hand is, like the made hand. I think I was on my Mac, and I was just like, Jesus, man. I just don't, like, why is this like overlapping? Because there's also like, you have 3 of a kind, and like the hard's over there, and I just couldn't figure out what was going on. I think that the 9-8 offsuit was fine open. Like, his and my stack are not, that far apart. We still have like some like short stacks. I mean, all of these guys don't want to bust. They're the same stacks, and like even the big stack and me are basically the same stack almost. He's in the small blind, which is a difficult position to play. So I mean, like, obviously, there's you have to deviate from just playing like a pure bot. Obviously. So I mean, the Jack 7 suited, which I'm not 100% sure whether it's to call it a punt or not, is somewhat of a hand that I would consider in that category. I'm gonna fold this. I'd rather open again like a King 10 suited, King 10 off, Ace 10 suited. So not these sort of hands, and like again, results don't matter. In the same sense, like the Jack 7 hand. I mean, the one of the very first hands I played in this tournament after late registering. Ace king, at least it chopped with ace queen and then lose. But you just have to have an even keel. Can't just be like overly excited. Again, I like to cite that article from Poker Guru. The guy is talking about like final table, uh, endorphins rushing through your blood. Damn, son. Gonna die if that happens. Endorphins are for your brain, your brain chemicals. Don't flow through your veins, yo. You don't want long branching amino acid D chemicals that trigger neurotransmitters to fire to be flowing through your PNS. Peripheral nervous system. I'm sure they actually. Yeah, with his stack, I'm just gonna slam. I mean, he's gonna call there, no matter what we do. Jack? Oh, no, there's already a 7. Full board, sorry. Someone joins the Poker Guru staking management team. Blah blah blah. Phil Ivey has a masterclass. Gunjan Mal, TEDx talk. Damn, son. How come there's no Sunday report? Well, they don't put me anywhere these days, anyways. I'm still there though. Mainly because of they'll just mention this is such a silly website now. And I mean, it used to be, but I just wanted like a platform to blog. Now it's just like I don't want to say the word, but just like I'll just read some of the quotes. Damn, son. Poker Guru, get a SSL, please. I don't want to come to your site. Okay. Jesus, man. Poker Guru, by far the best site. That kind of thing. Just a lot of suited we defend here. Offsuit, out of position. No. You know what I mean? So like everyone's like just like, oh, it's the best, it's the best, it's the best. I remember the time when it used to be the worst, the worst, the worst. Oh, blog on Poker Guru, it's the worst, the worst, the worst. I'm gonna fold this. We can open, but I think it's fine. It's important, like when we're pretty short stack, to be honest. What's the blind structure like? It's 2 minutes. It's gonna be 8,000. So It's kind of like uh, it's not about like, this guy's got 10, we've got 25, he's got 58, 30. It's also about like saving some chips. Um, and like my coach said once, it's better to win. It's objectively better to win one chip every 10 hands, so 10 chips in 10 hands, um, than to win 10 chips in one hand. It literally is objectively better in poker, but still, overbetting is a thing. Should we just jam this hand? I think so. But jacks, I don't know. Uh, like there's no way I'm not looking at this hand history. So, but still, I'm gonna mark just in case, just in case. We're definitely gonna be just defending, just completing here, the suited king. Obvious call is obvious. He should bluff that card. Uh, he should bluff. Yeah. With that combo, for sure, he should. It's like sevens is a decent hand. There's three overs though, and he unblocks the suits, which don't really get there. Well, I mean, it's not really like they got like there was a four card flush or something. It did get there. It's just that I think he needs to risk uh, with that combo at least. Like if he had a club, uh, his line might even be different. He might like double barrel. But without one, I think the mistake he made was opening to the sizing he did and not jamming pre. I think he should just jam that pre, to be honest. Although I might be wrong, it might just be a standard open. What happened there? Someone just folded. I just want to know this hand from Willis Direct. Someone just folded queens. What the what? Okay, jam. No, okay, it's fine. Don't make it like I'd make it 2. It doesn't matter. Make it 2.3 at least. Okay. Like okay. I don't know what combo he has there. This is Jack. Sure, he's versus the big blind. It's a final table. He can afford to check there. He doesn't want to lose the equity that he had. Wait 1 second, where to go? Like it's oh man, come on. You've got the second nut flush on the board. Bet the house. like bet part. Uh, uh, yeah. So in that scenario, what's wrong is not much. Uh, Except I don't know, man. I wouldn't have played that hand that way. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe I'm completely wrong. What happened there? And like I'm not right with a lot of with some of the stuff that I've said, so don't take my word for it. Yeah, this is a fold. 9-10 suited. It's not a bad mistake. He's the shortest stack. It's a pretty hand. It does have good equity versus a lot of hands, so I think it's okay. Uh, this is a sort of a hand we will defend. Versus that 9-10, like the suited hand that we had earlier. We've got a Nico, please, 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 please. Do we bet here or do we? He checks a lot. Everything whiffed. And what sizing though? We check call again. Put in the small bet that he might jam over. Yeah, it worked out. If we check there, he checks back. Like obviously, like it's very unlikely for him to have a set of tens, set of queens. We block that. If you like, the combos are very few, and then there is a straight that was flopped. But with our suits, he would have. I mean, he did bet the turn as well. But when nothing else comes in, I think we have to bet small, and I do think there's so few combos of like a flop straight that we basically have to uh, uh, call there. I mean, like he literally has to have Jack King. Which is in his range, sure. Ain't no denying that. Uh, 7-8 also isn't open. Come on, yo. My god. It's not only the rest, I've got something coming up. Uh, this is part that I sometimes have some trouble with. Like, there's a huge check back, like a very significant check back from button versus big blind. Sometimes I kind of just don't have enough time to think about which hands would check, which hands like, and we have to do it with range. So like there was like a card that is in his range, but there's also an ace there. So I think it's a check because a lot of ace X would check. No, it would bet there. Forget about it. This isn't open. Sorry, I uploaded the first video. I'm just making. Nice. Come on. We finish this before the break, can't we? Call. You call. You call. You call. Everyone call. We need Oprah.gif. Wow. I'm recording at 4K. I didn't even realize it. So it's gonna take quite a long time for this to get uploaded because I might have to register the battle royale, which is not good because it's a PKO. First world problems. At least we're four-handed now. I did not realize we were recording at 4K. I just looked at my CPU and it's burning up, man. Like Ring of Fire. Like Ring of Fire. And it burns, burns, burns. Ring of Fire. Ring of Fire. Burns, burns, burns. Like a ring of fire. Like a ring of fire. I have to push something back. Should be a very good spot to isolate, get our win rate up from the big blind. Think this is okay. I think this will be okay. I think this is okay. Nothing much left. Yeah. Please don't go to the break. Please. Can't go. Wake up basically half an hour later on the grind. Learn for an hour. Back on the grind. No. I mean, might have to just take a break. We're gonna jam here. You can have fives. You can have that. I was like, please don't flush it up. The fuck was that, man? Well, he heard me. He knew. The Big Mike man wanted to finish this. With this guy at 9.8, we can have our go at this guy, and we'll always have equity, right? Jeez, man, don't leak equity. Oh, come on, no break, man. One second. Sorry, but I'm glad they both had the button clicked. Damn it. Nice hand. Where you go? Yeah, fucking hell, man. That was a mistake. Uh, yeah, we're going in. Wow. Dead on the flop, right? Something like that. Wow, they should not be warring. Oh, nice comeback, son. Mostly because of me. Uh, just gonna jam. Come on, can we finish in 1 minute? That's what she said. Sorry, couldn't help myself. Back and forth, back and forth. Damn. Let's get a heads up. Nah, son. We're not gonna defend it anymore. Okay, this is the most boring part. I think we should still open, but I'm done goofed and then realized it. I'm gonna bet one. Man, it makes sense, you know. If we do limp and this board comes, we do sometimes will limp like a really strong hand. Though time banking might be a little bit of a thing there. I was almost thinking about 3-betting this hand, but I mean, if he 4-bet jams, we don't call, right? So, but I wouldn't 3-bet. I would jam. Puts a lot of pressure on him. I think this is just a jam. It's over an hour now. Jeez, man. Jam. Jam call. Please, jam call. Jam call. Limps. Gosh damn lamps. No. Uh, no, I think we should just check out uh, something that's giving us pretty good equity. This 4 is in our range. It's betted. We've got the back doors. We've got like backdoor, kind of runner straight too. It's a decent card for us to barrel, in my opinion. Though sizing, I think maybe should be a bit smaller. Because again, if he jams, we don't want to be pushed off that equity. And here, should we value bet or should we? We should just call. Yeah, he has a lot of trips there, but when we jam, he does call, but only because we're three-handed. Mostly, it's going to be a pretty bad outcome when he does call. Usually. Thank you. That's pretty standard, yeah. We're gonna be limping at 20 effective. This is a hand I might be going. This is not a hand that like a limping range bets. So we're gonna check. We get there. We're gonna call. And we're gonna call again. Cool. Jam, please. J to the. Yay. Dead on the turn. All right. Oh, I gotta go. It was good fun. Peace out. I really have to go.